If we're talking about an absolute sports legend, no doubt Serena Williams is the name that comes to mind. She has owned the world of women's tennis and has more titles than you can count. Singles, doubles, mixed doubles, you name it. She is the only tennis pro who has pulled off a career Golden Slam in both singles and doubles, which is just crazy impressive. But it's not just about numbers and stats, you know? Serena's story is a roller coaster of ups and downs that got her to where she is today. She has faced challenges that could have stopped anyone in their tracks. Curious about how she powered through it all and racked up those insane achievements? Well, you're in for a treat as we look into her journey, her legacy, and that unbeatable winning attitude of hers. Make sure to hit that subscribe button so you won't miss any of our awesome videos. Serena Jamaica Williams came into the world on September 26, 1981, in Saginaw, Michigan. She comes from a pretty big family, 5 daughters in total, and one of them is none other than the tennis rock star Venus Williams. Their dad, Richard Williams, who used to be a sharecropper in Louisiana, was dead set on making sure his 2 youngest daughters, Serena and Venus, hit it big. He went all out, using books and videos to teach Serena and Venus the ropes of the game. Serena started swinging her racket when she was just 3 years old, right there on a court near her place in Compton, California. Her dad was known to be quite strict with his coaching, as he did not tolerate any messing around. Serena put in some serious hours practicing, and it was pretty intense. In 1991, Serena's family packed up and headed to Florida, so Serena and Venus could go to a tennis academy. Fast forward to 1995, that's when Serena took her game pro. She made her debut in a qualifying match at Quebec City. You'd think she'd just storm in and dominate, right? But nope, life threw her a curveball that could have knocked anyone off their game. She got knocked out in the very first round of her first pro tournament. But that's not where her story ends, not even close. Serena didn't let that defeat get her down. She came back swinging, more determined than ever. And guess what? She won the US Open title in 1999. Oh, and not just that, she and Venus rocked the doubles event at the same tournament. Imagine how excited their dad must have been to see his dreams for his girls coming true. He must have been so proud of their achievements and happy to see them following their passions. And then in 1999, Serena scored a whopping $12 million deal with Puma. That was just the start of her amazing journey. Big things were definitely on the horizon. All through the 2000s, Serena was like a name that just wouldn't quit echoing around the world. Her achievements had everyone's jaws on the floor. It all kicked off at the 2000 Olympics in Sydney, down under in Australia. Serena and Venus teamed up and snagged gold in doubles. But that was just the tip of the iceberg. In 2002, Serena went on an absolute tear, winning the French Open, the US Open, and Wimbledon titles. It gets even better. She played Venus in the finals of each of those tournaments. Talk about sibling rivalry. But 2003 wasn't all sunshine and rainbows. She had to deal with some major setbacks. First, she had knee surgery in August. Then, things took a heartbreaking turn when her older sister Yetunde Price was tragically murdered in Los Angeles. It hit Serena and her family really hard, no doubt. But you can't keep a good athlete down. Serena picked herself up, dusted off, and jumped back into the game even stronger. She went on to conquer the Australian Open in 2005, and then again in 2007. 2008? Oh, that was another triumph. She scored the US Open title and teamed up with Venus for another doubles gold at the Olympics in Beijing. And she just kept racking up the wins. In 2009, she clinched her 10th Grand Slam singles title with a killer performance at the Australian Open. And just to keep things interesting, she topped it all off by clinching her 3rd Wimbledon singles title that same year. And yes, you guessed it, she faced off against Venus yet again. With all that success came even more challenges. Health problems just kept trying to steal Serena's spotlight. But she remained unwavering. Even with those setbacks, Serena was unstoppable. She defended her titles at the Australian Open and Wimbledon in 2010. In 2012, she went on to win her 5th Wimbledon singles title. But she didn't stop there. Just a month later, she bagged a gold medal in the singles event at the London Olympics. Wimbledon seemed to be her jam because she kept crushing it there. In 2015, she clinched her 6th Wimbledon singles title with a swift victory. And then, she did it again in 2016, which brought her total Grand Slam singles titles to 22. She tied Steffi Graf's record for the most slams in the Open era for both men and women. Serena wasn't done making history though. In 2017, at the Australian Open, she faced her sister in the final and took home the trophy, eventually breaking Graf's record. After an incredible reign of almost 3 decades, Serena's performance finally started to show some signs of slowing down. In 2018 and 2019, she made it to the finals of tournaments, which is still super impressive, but she couldn't quite clinch the win. Just when you thought she might be winding down, Serena surprised everyone by taking the singles title at the 2020 ASB Classic in New Zealand, showing she still had some tricks up her sleeve. But by the time she hit 40, it was pretty clear she wasn't in her prime anymore. Plus, injuries just kept piling up. She eventually dropped the bombshell that she'd be hanging up her racket after the 2022 US Open. She explained that she wanted to go out while she was still on top, and would also want to spend more time with her daughter and family. Speaking of family, Serena's personal life was full of surprises too. In 2017, she announced that she was pregnant with Alexis Ohanian's baby. Alexis is one of the founders of Reddit, and they tied the knot that same year. They had a baby girl named Alexis Olympia Ohanian Jr., born on September 1st, 2017. But here's the jaw-dropper. During childbirth, Serena faced some life-threatening complications. But being the fierce warrior she is, she fought through. Serena Williams isn't just about the tennis court. She's a boss in business and a big-hearted giver too. She's teamed up with big names like Puma and Nike, and even has her own designer lines like Inaris and S by Serena. That's just the start of her awesomeness. She's all about giving back. Through her charities, the Williams Sisters Fund and the Serena Williams Foundation, she's helped build community centers and resource hubs, and pitched in for scholarships for students who need a hand. And get this, she's not just about local change, but global impact too. She's a UNICEF International Goodwill Ambassador, and she's even opened 2 secondary schools in Kenya. If that wasn't enough, she's also a business-savvy investor. She has her own venture capital firm, Serena Ventures, that puts money into tech companies run by women and African Americans. She's a star in every aspect of her life, both on and off the court. Serena's story is seriously one for the books. It's like a masterclass in inspiration. Serena was more than a game changer. She was a trailblazer with an unstoppable drive. She was, and still is, an unstoppable force, always moving forward, never slowing down. Starting from these local courts, grinding it out with her dad, she hustled hard and stacked up amazing achievements over the years. And if we talk about resilience, Serena redefined it. Even when life threw her major curveballs, she just kept pushing through, showing everyone what true grit is all about. If you enjoyed this video, don't forget to hit that like button and share it with your friends and family, as it only takes a second and greatly helps the channel. Catch you in the story of inspiration.